I'm super, super excited about this guest. Y'all saw me, if you read the post I did, she can say more in like 2 lines than I could ever hope to say in, 1,300 characters or less. She drops inspiration on the regular. And when Jenna speaks, you definitely want to listen. So I'm going to bring Jenna out and we're going to get the party started. Hi, Jenna.
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, what a nice, warm introduction. I'm doing fine. Thank you so much.
Hi, Marlia. Good to have Marlia here.
Hey.
Yeah. Cody is here.
Hey, Cody. I just met Cody.
Yeah, Cody's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's Nathan.
We aren't here for you. Where's
where's Jenna? Yeah, I know. You're never here for me. It's okay, Nathan. What's up? The flavor, baby. Have you ever met Kenny?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, man. Like Kenny is like a biggest hype man ever. And there is Amy.
I
know.
Amy.
I got all kinds of people showing up. You brought out the crowd today, man.
I think it's your regular lives.
No.
Are making it happen, man. You're making it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So how you been?
So there's like this weird dichotomy happening in my life. I'm doing super well, but then I've got all these other things. Like, I think one thing I wanted to say was like, okay, I am a human being. I'm not just this girl who posts stuff, because I think some people are like, is she real? Like, who is this girl? But yeah, no, I'm a human being. So actually, I just got back from the hospital, but it's all good. But my dad's in the hospital, but I'm okay. I'm good. But other than that, I'm doing fantastic. Having a lot of fun pursuing my dream that we're going to talk about tonight.
Yes.
I'm good. Chris, how are you?
I am excellent. It is 5 o'clock.
Yes, it's 5 o'clock.
I just hit the clock out button, so I'm doing awesome.
Yes. Ooh, what you got in that cup?
It's just water. Unfortunately, it's just water.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you before we dig into asking questions and hearing about how you quit your job and all that kind of stuff. So tell us who you are, what you being a pastor's wife and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, this is like an interview. I feel like,
we're just chatting
about yourself.
Yeah, we're just chatting with audience participation.
I'm just joking with you. Yeah. I live in Indiana, but most people think I don't. But yeah, Indiana. I love it here. I love Midwest. Love the Midwest because we got some nice people. It's like you get to the 4-way stop and it's like a competition on who can be the nicest, like, no, you go. Right. I don't know. Is that how it is in
sometimes it is, yeah.
That's my life. So that's why I stay in the Midwest. Yeah, so I grew up in Indiana, South Bend, actually. I live in Warsaw now. It's a small town about an hour from South Bend. I love knowing everybody.
Right.
Going to the grocery store and seeing people I know that I love so much. And so, unless when I was pregnant and I was like, I don't want anyone to see me right now. So I go like 9, 10 o'clock at night when nobody's there.
Right.
He has more cup. Oh,
no, it's just water, Kenny.
He wishes it was something else. Anyway, I'm doing a bad job at this, but
no, you're doing good.
Here. Yeah, so that's where I live now. That's where I grew up. I actually, you know what, Notre Dame fans, I actually grew up like right behind Notre Dame.
Really?
So,
I guess you did in South Bend, huh?
Yeah, go Irish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and Yeah. So when it comes to family and work, my family, I've been married for 9 years, and I have 2 kids. Some people saw a picture I posted yesterday of my 2 babes.
Yeah.
They are my world. So
Yeah.
Eli is 7, Mila is 5,
Mila.
and Mila.
Mila. That's a cool name.
Thank you. I thought
Yeah.
it was the best name ever.
Yeah.
So
Like that's not a. I don't know that I've ever heard it. That's a not common at all and really pretty.
thank you. It means merciful.
Okay. Cool.
So I hope that she is merciful. I haven't quite seen it yet, but I'm hoping
Right.
it develops,
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so those are my 2 babes. And my husband's name is Nick, and he's been a pastor for 14 years, different types of pastors, primarily a worship pastor, which if you're
Hmm.
not familiar with the church, it's, basically directing all the music and tech. So,
Right.
and a few other roles. Yeah, so he can basically play several instruments in his sleep. Pretty jealous. He can
Yeah.
play music by ear.
Oh wow.
I know. Don't you hate those kind
I
of
do,
people?
man. Like I play bass and like I don't get fancy or anything, but I'm pretty solid. Like when it comes to just doing a solid bass line, but I
Yeah,
gotta have the music in front of me. Like I gotta know where it switches from G to C to D to back to G. And
me too. I'm just like you. I used to sing a lot. That's a thing. That is a
I was just
thing.
fixing to ask you that.
What?
I was just fixing to ask you if you sang.
Yeah. So I used to sing a lot. I don't do much anymore. Oh, Nathan, you can't do music at all. It's okay. It's all right. We still like you. You can still be on this live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of a couple things. And for work, talking about work, with having 2 little kids, I kind of I've always done stuff, but I kind of held myself back from maybe climbing the ladder or doing certain things. Not that you have to hold yourself back. It's just something I kind of did so that I could manage things a little bit better
Hmm.
without pulling my hair out or maybe just losing my hair from
Hmm.
stress. But yeah, primarily my background, it kind of switched a bunch depending on what we were up to.
Hmm.
Uh, my husband has helped plant some churches and things, so we kind of moved a few times. But yeah, I worked in a few nonprofits and some for-profits, primarily in like event management. Like I could do that in my sleep. And then like my husband can do music in his sleep.
Hmm.
Way cooler than event management. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then I'm trying to think marketing. I've done a lot of marketing
Okay.
and communications, so that's a big one.
No
I
wonder
like
you
that
and no wonder you and Amy get along so well. Y'all both have
guy.
done marketing and event planning and stuff like that.
Yep, Amy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be Amy when I grow up,
Yeah, I know, right?
I know.
And she has been like putting out some bomb ass content lately.
I
Like,
know.
oh my God.
What was that thing she put out? It was a Wednesday, like last week. Wasn't it Wednesday last week? What was it? Oh, it
Maybe.
was about like LinkedIn becoming like, this isn't Facebook or this isn't. What
Yeah.
did she put out? That was so funny. It's like a little video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember.
Yeah, that was pretty
She
awesome.
had a story. We're not going to turn this into the Amy show, but she had a story yesterday of the video of her, like somebody talking, and she was doing like ad libbing it or whatever, like lip syncing it.
Yes, Amy.
It was freaking hilarious about anxiety and how somebody told me that all I needed to do was relax, and now all of a sudden, 10 years later, I'm cured. When all I had to do this whole time was just relax. It was just hilarious, man.
Just relax.
Just relax. So, for those of you that don't know about the marketing bookends, if you see
Yeah.
on the screen in front of Amy's name, she has the little sparklies.
Yeah.
And on Jenna's LinkedIn profile, at the end of her name are the little sparklies. So
Yeah.
they are bookends. That's where
Yep.
that comes from.
Yep. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you doing right before you quit your job?
Yeah. So it's never
That you were
fun to
only
quit
at
it.
for 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah, it's never fun to quit a job, especially if you've only been there for 4 months. So literally, I was like, both my kids got into school, and I thought to myself, okay, it's finally time to be somebody, right? It's finally time to climb that ladder, that corporate
Mhm.
ladder or something. So I decided to do sales at a really cool business, a really fantastic business, actually. They treated me so well. And this is why it was so hard, is because they're like the best company to work for, like ever, like just so amazing. And so
Yeah,
I,
they invited you back for lunch like after you quit, right?
well,
Did you
I was
post
out
something
with
about
them
that?
last night. They,
Oh yeah.
yeah, a bunch of them were in town because a lot of them work remote around the United States, and they had
Yeah.
the sales team. I was on sales,
Mhm.
and the sales team were all back in town last night, and I get a text at like 10 o'clock. Mom, minivan, going out, having fun partying until what time in the morning? I mean, I don't really part. I'm just kidding around, but no, literally, I get a text at
Yeah,
10.
okay.
I get a text at 10, and I'm like, shoot, yes, I'm coming over. Like, we're going to hang out. So, yeah, they're so great. I still love that team. We still, hang out. And I'm going back over there next week, just during the day to have a catch up with the CEO, who's like a really neat, tenacious kind of leader. So that'll
Yeah.
be a fun time
Cool.
to catch up with him. But okay, back to quitting. So because that's the big deal, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm in the job for 4 months, and maybe this is maybe it's encouraging to some people who they're just doing something, and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it just doesn't feel right, even though I thought it was right. And I
Mhm.
did think that this was like the thing, Chris. Like, I'm doing this, and I was all in, and I'm doing it, and I'm just like, I don't like, I was doing a lot of prospecting, which is
Mhm.
fine, but I just thought, I don't want to do this. I like networking, not
Mhm.
necessarily prospecting. So
Mhm.
I just thought, I don't want to do this. And so it was really hard because they were so good to me.
Mhm.
And everything, you check all the boxes of a
Right.
company. They pay you well, they treat you well. I mean, they literally bought me lunch like 3 times a week, like best company.
Right.
And I mean, I had a whole get up. I had clothes every day. I mean, I could just go on and on about them.
Yeah, I
All
remember on
network partners. If you ever need a job and you're an awesome person, you should work for them.
yeah, I remember on one of the Zooms, like you were stoked about all the all the free clothes you got to wear.
I know, it was crazy. It was awesome
Yeah.
though. So yeah, you don't ever got to think about what you're gonna wear to work. And for girls, that's like heaven, man. Um, right? You don't got to think. You just wake up
Yeah.
and you're like, cool, another Callaway polo that I'm putting.
Yeah. Right.
I don't play golf, but cool, I can look like.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just wasn't the right thing. And when you get that, it's like, what are you going to do about it? It's not like everyone can just quit their job. And I don't know that everyone would say that that was the wisest thing to just, decide to quit. I mean, I didn't just one day quit. It was kind of a
Mhm.
few weeks of talking with my boss and some other things. And so I thought, so I quit. And after that, you know, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And what happened was, um, I started thinking about it, and I thought, the thing that I've always wanted to do, maybe I should do that thing. Like
Right.
the thing I've wanted to do since I was a little girl. That would probably be a good move,
Yeah.
like, and so I kind of have this phrase I like to say, like, I stopped dancing around my dreams and I started living in them. And
Hmm.
so that I don't want to dance around them anymore. Like, why am I trying to go on this path when all along I wish my company paid for meals and my fancy. I know, right? You need to, yeah, just network partners, look them up. But yeah, so I just decided sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, it's okay.
Kenneth, I like you.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, Kenneth, this is your fault, Kenneth. I can't think. Just kidding. Yeah. So,
You were dancing. You went from dancing around your dream to
dancing. Yeah.
dancing with it, basically.
Hey, I like that even better. Yes. Instead of dancing around, dancing with it.
Yeah.
Hey, you got some, you're putting together, piecing together, dishing out some words. So back to that. So yeah, I just started, decided I was gonna do what I've always wanted to do. And that is public, like kind of like motivational speaking and writing. So during the COVID shutdown, though, I did start writing a book. Like I did kind of start getting into that, saying like, I'm going to do some of this on the side, but it was more so like okay, I'm going to step out and start doing some of this. But then when I started doing my sales job, it's like, I don't have time or energy with 2 little kids to do any of that. Like I have nothing left. I'm totally drained every day. Weekends are full of like laundry and, all the things.
Adult stuff.
All the stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought, okay, I'm 32. It's not that I'm old, but I'm not young, but I'm not super young either. It's like, okay, when am I going to do this? Like, am I just going to sit around till I'm 90 and then write that book or then start that speaking career? Like, no, I don't want to do that. So as a person of faith, like I just decided to trust. And so I'll just share openly as a person of faith. I started going on these, quit the job, started going on these walks. And I would just pray and think and listen to music. And I just couldn't stop thinking about this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate that. Did you have other financial support when you made the change? It's called a big commission check. So, yeah, so thank God for that.
Right.
I'm just joking, but no, I'm not. But no,
God was setting you up for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't mean for any of that to happen. I certainly would have never taken advantage of the company I was working for ever. I would never do that. It just so happened to all kind of coincide. So I thought to myself, okay, I can stop working for a while. I do have a husband who works, so okay, I have a certain amount of time that I cannot make income, and if I have to get another job that, for supplemental income, but that's less intense, takes less of me at some point here in the fall, then I will, but it has to coincide with what I'm doing or fit within my ability to be able to work on my speaking and writing career, And so, but on the financial side of things, I still feel like I'm just massively in like trust mode of God because like now I'm like, oh, my air conditioner's not working. Like, what do I do now? Yeah. But it's all going to be okay because I hired a coach who's working with me. His name's Bobby. You know what? I have never asked him how to say his last name. So if you want to look him up, he's an awesome coach. His name's Bobby Maynard or Maynard. Okay. I think it's Maynard. That sounds more normal. Manard. Maynard, I think. But he's the best thing. He's the best human being like I've ever met. You have a husband? Dang it. Ah, there's my husband. He's here.
So look, it took me a minute. Like I saw that comment and I didn't like it and I didn't put it up on the screen because I thought somebody was being inappropriate. And then I realized that the last name was Stanton and I was like, oh snap, that is her husband. I can go ahead and put that up there.
Yeah, that is so funny.
I thought somebody was legit like trying to flirt. And I was like, I'm not even going to give that guy any airtime. Like, screw that guy.
LinkedIn is not for flirting, even though people get weird.
Yeah, they do. Nick, before I forget, send me a connection request so we can be connected too, if you don't mind.
There you go. Oh yeah, Cody, there you go.
Yeah.
Who knows what's up?
Exactly, man. Like I could do a whole show by myself on what God has done. Yes. I know. When
Oh my gosh. Oh, Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly.
love
So I
she's
got to
the
do this for
funny,
Kimberly's sake.
most
I hate
funny
to.
person. Oh my
Kimberly's
god.
going to be live with me in August.
Oh, I will be at that. Yeah, I'll have to be at
Yeah.
that one. Kimberly and I are about to Zoom here next week.
Yeah.
I just think she's so fantastic, and her videos are so
Freaking hilarious, man. Oh
like,
my
who
gosh.
are you? Like God's gift to humor, you know?
Yeah.
Kimberly, yeah, that's funny.
That is funny. Like
Yeah. So yeah, there she goes.
when you're trying to get the hookup online.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kimberly, why can't we live closer? You know, we could have wine and laugh until we pee our pants. Basically.
Right.
You know, let's all get together. Yeah. So yeah, so it's this finance thing is just a big leap of faith, honestly, and it's that idea that it's you know, my coach that I'm working with. I mean, he's just the most encouraging person in the world. Like, we're working together. It's all about trust. He's like just trusting God, trusting timing, you know, knowing that, you know, I might have to get some supplemental income while I continue this journey, but it's going to have to, like I said, it's going to have to fit within my ability to work on my dream, like, because that's my number one priority, right? You know, right now. So he's also a mindset coach. He's a world-class speaking coach. So he's going to help me craft all my talks so that I'm like, you know, bring my A game. Because I thought to myself, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. You know, I'm going to do it well. And then there's so much else that we're working on. But then he's a mindset coach. And so he's helping me, you know, reframe certain mindset things that are making a huge impact, even in just a short amount of time for me. And then that finance thing, you know, it's like we were working on that yesterday, just my mindset about that. And it's so liberating when you begin to create a growth mindset and start working on aspects that you've maybe not worked on before. I mean, I think, man, if you want to get your mindset in a better place, like hire a coach, you know, especially Bobby.
Yeah.
He's the best.
So you're going to have so he's helping you write your speeches or your talks and the stuff you want to talk about. So
he'll draw it out of me, and then I will probably, I don't know all of the process yet. The idea is that like we're just started. And so like a lot of people are wondering, like, what are you up to, Jenna? Like, we're all just waiting around trying to find out, like, what exactly are you doing? Well, this whole summer is dedicated to, you know, building my website, crafting. My husband's really good with video and things. We're going to do a promo video, like, for me, you know, crafting my message. Like, what do I want the world to know? What is my mantra? What is, you know, all of those things. And I have a lot of that, but I'm not telling you yet. I'm gonna talk some of it. I'll talk about some of it. Oh yeah, for sure. I'll tell you some of it. But yeah, and then, you know, crafting my talks. We'll be doing it together, basically. The hand. Oh my gosh.
It came with feet too. It came with feet. Yeah, little
I haven't seen the feet.
With long toes.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, squirrel.
So he's helping me. You're fine. You're hilarious. Hey, you know what? You got to add that in that humor we need. You know, you're amusing Kimberly right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, he's gonna help me with that. And some of you have seen some of my mini videos that I just randomly just bust a move and, you know, clip it in a minute or two. So
whenever you do, like, it amazes me. Like, you know, you've been to some of our Zoom parties before, so I've talked to you. Yeah. In real life, I'm playing with the daggum hand. I got it on my pinky.
You got
to you in real life before,
right?
But whenever you start speaking, like you say, you do your inspirational videos where it's just a minute or two or whatever. Yeah. Like, it's very, very obvious that is your anointing. Like, that is your calling. Like, it shows, like, your tone changes, your facial expressions change, and it's just all over you that you that this is your anointing, this is your calling, and that you're walking in it. That, like God is moving through you and speaking through you when you're saying that. Like it's all over you whenever you do that.
Thank you so much for saying that. It feels different. It feels like I'm in a different element.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm doing those speaking things, when I get that idea and it's inspired by God.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta share this, or I gotta just, get it out. So yeah. So I'll be doing different talks in the corporate space. Chris.
Yeah, he's
This is
hilarious.
filling my soul. Oh, really, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so sweet. Well,
yeah, she is. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's from Texas too. Aren't you from Texas, Kimberly?
Gosh, I gotta come out to Texas.
I think she is. Let me look. Yeah, Dallas. She's like 3 hours away or something.
Seems like I need to. You know what? I have a free American Airlines ticket to anywhere.
Really?
Sounds like Texas is next.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, see you guys. Yeah. So I'll be speaking in the corporate space and Christian space. So both, baby.
What kind of stuff are you going to be doing in the corporate, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so
same sort of stuff.
What?
Same sort of stuff, like inspirational.
Yep, motivational type speaking, just keynotes and stuff. I'll be sharing some of my story, and some of the things that have happened to me that were challenging, like that overcoming type.
Mm-hmm.
Going from the dark to going from dark places in your life or challenging seasons, to a different place. So a lot of motivation, I would say, and inspiring people through, pumping them up basically. Yeah. So that'll be really fun. I enjoy the corporate space. I like that space. So.
I thought it was really cool. Like right after you quit your job, you were doing just a crap ton of videos on fear.
I love to talk about fear.
Like you could tell, like that was something God was dealing with you on that at that time. I'm waving the hand again, waving the hand. God was dealing with you at that time because you were the stuff that was coming out of you was like, you can tell that God is revealing this to you right now and encouraging you in your step of faith. Mm-hmm. And all the fear of the unknown of what's going to happen and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that I talk about fear a lot. A lot of my posts or things are about fear. And it's because I'm Enneagram 6. Do you do the Enneagram? I can't even talk. The Enneagram. Do you do the Enneagram, Chris?
I have not done it.
What? I need to know your type. I need to know your Enneagram type. Are you a 1 or a 9 or a 5 or we'll have to figure that out. Yeah, Nick loves you. This guy is good people.
Man, all right, Nick. Look, I just checked. I just opened up your LinkedIn profile page and you have a pending connection request from me, sir. I don't know how long ago I did it. Let me just look. Three weeks ago.
He's not on LinkedIn very much, but he's trying to get on more because I'm doing so much on there. But yeah, you guys would so get along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't even remember what we were talking about.
Fear.
Oh yeah. So Enneagram 6s
Enneagram,
deal with a lot of fear and anxiety. And those are very common problems. And I'm Enneagram 6, 7 wing, and the 7 wing is the fun people, Yeah. So, so whatever. But I love to talk about fear because I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. This is something I'm passionate about because some people be I'm not really that fearful. I don't have a lot of fear in my life. I'm bull.
Right.
you know, like, and I won't say the rest of that word.
Mm-hmm.
But like, seriously, like, no, like, that's not true. Like, there's people that deal with it more than others.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is everyone's people. Yes. I would agree with that. Easy to like. But yeah, everyone deals with fear. I don't care who
Yeah.
you are. It's just some will admit it and some won't.
Right.
Some will dive deep enough and think and really kind of like understand the more the depths of who they are and think about their lives. Some people just stay so busy and so like that they never like slow down to really like discern what's going on in their life or what they are actually fearful of, because everyone's fearful. Like, it just, they just won't slow down to figure out what they're afraid of, or they won't admit it. So so that's the one thing I'm passionate about calling people out. Like, I don't know what you're scared of, but I know you're scared of something. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to get some truth bombs about fear,
Yeah. Right on.
So yeah. So a lot of
So
my talks will probably revolve around some fear. So,
have you thought about starting a YouTube channel?
someone mentioned that to me, and I thought, like, I know you did. How's it going for you?
I have 27 whole subscribers. So
I think that's how it goes at
yeah.
first.
And I didn't do it for any kind of like notoriety or anything, but
Yeah.
Jennifer Brick, I don't know if you know Jennifer.
I think so.
She does like toxic workplace kind of stuff. She's absolutely amazing. When Nathan and I started talking about doing the Ending the Stigma series,
Which is awesome. Which is so awesome.
yeah, we've got one next week. Next week is going to be one.
Oh, yay.
And then, because we had already booked our live shows out, so we've got one next week, and then we've got one on the 21st.
Okay.
And then on the 4th, and then after that, it'll be twice a month. So every other week will be a Ending the Stigma series, and we're going to take turns hosting that.
Okay, I think there's really something to that.
So we started talking about doing it, and we were posting about it, and Jenny's got a YouTube channel too, and she said, "Look, you really need to put your stuff on YouTube. That way," she said, "one, there's a whole group of people on there that are all about prison reform and criminal justice reform and all that. But also, it keeps all your videos and everything that you want to do in one spot, so people don't have to dig through your LinkedIn profile to go back and find your, because if you're posting every day, that means and then the live show. So that's like every 8 posts, you've got to scroll down through and try and find the right one or whatever. But if you put it on YouTube, everything is right there for anybody that ever wants to go back and look at it. If you want to go back and look at it, and then it puts it in front of more people too.
Yeah, that's a really great thought. I'm so excited about your End the Stigma. When Nathan shared a post the other day, and then you shared one, I was just like, oh my gosh, because I don't really know Nathan that well. I mean, like, I've commented a few times, whatever, but I haven't gotten to know him much. And I was just like, this is so awesome. So, oh, you know what? And that's also a really good thing, because you're right. It's like you don't have to go to someone's LinkedIn profile all the time. What's his name? Are you connected with Jake? Jacob
𝙏𝙗𝙞𝙣𝙝?
No. I think it's Kuntz, or I don't know how to say his
name.
name.
I think I am.
He's Therapy with Jake. Hashtag. It's in his new hashtag.
Megan?
Yeah, so he's Therapy with Jake. He's kind of new to like. He's been posting like so much in the last couple months, but he's newer to it. But he's dishing out so much good stuff because he's like some kind of therapist, and he's got all these pointers all the time on like, whatever. But I keep going to his profile. I'm like, I'm not stalking you. I'm just looking for that post. So and I'm like, I need to tell him, like, Jake, like, I am not stalking you. But I keep going. Oh, no, it's Therapy with Jake, I think, Nathan. I think it's Therapy with Jake. I'm going to find, you guys just hold on a second.
Okay.
I'm going to find him for you because you need to follow him. Yeah, Jacob Kuntz. It's Kountz. he needs to get on this live so that he knows I meant that I gave him a shout out. Therapy with Jay. So yeah, he's dishes out stuff all the time. And it's good stuff. It's like tips on, like, you know, if you're having trouble going to sleep, or if you're dealing with, he's done one with fear. He's done, like, you know, helping you, like, decisions don't have to be so hard, and he walks you through processes. You know, because he's got this knowledge on how to do it. I'm like,
Right.
why can't I be you? Why can't I have your degrees?
Yeah, I see Michael. Like, Michael's on my profile all the time. And I'm like,
Yes.
really?
Michael, are you stalking?
Yeah. I see it all the time, and I'm like, hey, I wonder what Michael's doing.
I love that. It's so funny.
But yeah, the YouTube thing, going back real quick to what Kimberly said, you need to do that too, Kimberly, especially if you're going to be getting out there with the humor marketing and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know it. Like, I don't know why I didn't think about that beforehand, you know, but that's the beauty of networking. People throw ideas at you that you never thought about.
I know. And I love, whoa, I'm getting feedback here. Huh. I just heard myself. I don't really want to hear myself twice.
Yeah.
I already talk enough. Extrovert.
But you wouldn't even have to do like long talks on YouTube. You could do 2 or 3 minute,
yeah,
you know,
info.
Good game, kind of pat you on the butt, get out there and play kind of videos.
Yeah, stop sitting on the bench. Stop being a bench warmer and get in the game.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
That kind of stuff. I did mention that in my book.
Yeah, puppy videos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah. That would be you know, real value.
Puppy videos, yeah.
Puppy videos. I love it.
So Nick accepted my connection request.
There we go. He's trying to be more active on LinkedIn. He didn't really do much with it. But yeah.
So funny story for anybody that's listening. I got in trouble for being on LinkedIn too much at work.
Yep.
So yeah, if I'm not responding to your comments and stuff, just know that it's not because I'm not seeing them. But apparently the higher ups don't have their notifications tweaked where they get all the notifications. So every time I was commenting and liking and all that kind of stuff, their notifications were going off. So it looked like I was up here not doing anything, which may or may not have been true.
Well, being on LinkedIn can get really, like, I don't know, addicting.
Yeah, you can get down the rabbit hole real quick. Yeah.
Any social media platform can be.
Yeah.
So, yes. But sometimes if you don't keep up on it, you got like so many notifications. And
I know it. Like, I've got a ton of them I've got to answer when we get off of here.
Me too.
So, yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah.
So when a book, you were going to talk about a book a little bit.
That's true. We didn't talk about that yet.
We're not going to talk much about it, though.
What?
We're not going to talk much about it, just a little bit.
Yeah. I do. You know what? I do want to share with you guys some stuff. I can't just keep everyone in the dark with what I'm actually talking about and stuff. But the book, that's a good point. So at first,
the book is on your website, like or on your LinkedIn. Like, you talk about wanting to write a book.
Yeah. So I
in your about section.
Yes. So I have a couple chapters, and then I have tons of other chunks, just of like chunks of chapters. But I have the whole theme. I know what it's about. I know what it's going to look like. But I decided actually, through talking with my coach and some other things, that I'm going to do this. I'm going to move forward with the speaking first, and then let the book come slower for multiple reasons. But one of them is, gosh, I really want to tell you the title of my book, but I need to not.
I think you told me one time.
Okay,
I don't remember, but you don't have to put it out there on LinkedIn land right now. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to steal it.
This is video, and will be on LinkedIn and YouTube. So
why am I? Yeah. Sure. And there's not that many. They're only the nice friends that we have are watching. So, but anyways, but But I will tell you, like, the tagline, like the theme is about the whole idea of the book is it's me. It's my life of, I mean, it's not about my life, my whole book. Like it's literally a book. It's like a self-help book. But it's because I've lived it. And then my coach and I talked about, you know, living it more with stepping out into this public speaking, writing space that I'm doing, and to becoming my primary income, to be, oh, Michael, let the audience just, Michael, I already got it. But you know, it's about, literally the tagline is this, and this is like a year before I even quit my job and decided for sure I was doing this 100%. The tagline is like exchanging fear for courage and stepping out into your God-given dreams. That's like you have the book title, and then you have that little underneath it. That's what that is. So exchanging fear for courage is stepping out into your God-given dreams. So, you know, people think that, so here's a little bit about it. Like, people think that dreams are just like something you thought when you were a kid. And some of them were goofy, you know. It's like some of them didn't make sense. You know, we can't all be Disney princesses when we grow up, you know. So you know,
tell my wife that.
when I met your wife once on one of those Zooms, I thought she was great.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yes. Nathan, yes, you should. Then you can make me a lot of money.
Right.
So yeah, it's really about, here, I didn't pick a paragraph to read, but I'm going to try to find something.
Okay.
I wish I had thought about this better.
It's okay. Life happens.
But I am just going to pick two little chunks that might not make sense, but they will make sense. So, okay, let's see here. Oh, before this, I'll preface. So, like, let me see here. So basically, it's about, you know, me going from afraid to brave, like living a life with a lot of fear, you know, and then deciding that no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to let fear control my life anymore. Like, I'm going to punch fear in the face, basically, like give it a little punch every day. Like, I want to live my life brave, you know. So let's see here. I was like,
oh wait.
What? Nick wanted to be the next Tim McGraw. Didn't happen, but he found his Faith Hill. Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
You're making her blush, Nick. That's what I'm talking about.
You're too cheesy, honey. Yes. Okay, here we go. So I'm skipping a line. Let's see here. So minus swim lessons. So that was a preface of something else I was talking about. I was actually a very daring and adventurous child. I tried everything, and my confidence rendered me fairly good at a lot of things. From sports to schoolwork, looking back at my little self, I'm pretty impressed by who I once was. But somehow along the way, that brave and daring child left me. I don't know if it was simply another child picking fun at me, a pivotal parenting failure, or simply the coming to knowledge that I wasn't so great after all. Whatever the case, I changed. Once a fearless youngster turned to a timid and self-doubting young adult. Maybe this resonates with you too. Maybe you went from brave to afraid in what seems like a day. Or perhaps you've always been the timid and fearful type. When I hit my 31st birthday, I decided it was time to stop dancing around my dreams and start inviting that childlike bravery back into my life. So if you're the fearful, hesitant, second-guessing type person, I want you to know that you're in good company. How do I know? Because I just described myself. But I'm done being that girl. It's a new decade for me, and there's a new journey at hand, a journey I like to call blank. And that's the book title, is The Blank. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it is like I think that's the case with a lot of us.
I know, right?
You know, you're a kid, you think you can do anything, you want to do anything, you have all these and then life happens and it doesn't always turn out how you want, and all that stuff gets smothered.
It does. Like,
You know?
life happens. You get beat down, from multiple situations, and everyone has their story. You
Mm-hmm.
have your story. I have mine, where, whatever the case, whatever someone's living in. For me, it was just massive amounts of discouragement
Mm-hmm.
and despair, and from a certain battle I went through, and then, and just like coming back from that.
Yeah.
And then all these things along the way in your life that then, develop this fixed, limited mindset that makes you, and then you don't step out. You're so afraid to step out and do stuff. And maybe you sit around, and maybe you're like a creative person and your house literally looks like it's straight out of like the Better Homes and Gardens magazine.
Yeah.
Yet you won't do anything with that gift or skill because you're just too afraid to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, maybe you actually want to be a school teacher, but you're like sitting around punching numbers into QuickBooks, but it's like dreaming of, tax season, or I don't even know what I'm talking about, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean.
It's like, do you want to do that your whole life? Or are we going to like stop what we're doing and start doing maybe what we're supposed to be doing? And
Mm-hmm.
that's me. And so really that inspiration that I want to create for people every day is like just getting them to think. Like, that's my goal, is get people to think deeper about their life and about where they're at, what they're thinking, their day to day. So it's not like you can change your whole life up in every season, or just,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that easy. It's not easy to just change things, but you can start making some brave steps today, that gets you closer to maybe that thing that you've wanted to do. Like I said, there was something in me I'd always wanted to do, but I just never stepped out and did it.
Right.
Till now.
Right.
Yeah.
Nathan said, I still feel I can do anything, but most of it requires putting hands on. Right.
Right. That's never the fun
But you
part.
can do those things when you're older, because the Bible says the gifts and the callings of God are irrevocable. And God puts callings and gifts in your life that have absolutely nothing to do with how old you are.
Yeah.
Whether you believe in him or not.
Yep.
Whether you're living for him or not. He has those gifts and callings on your life.
Mm-hmm.
And they are irrevocable. So it doesn't matter how old you are or what you've done or where you're at or anything. That stuff is still inside of you. I
know. And it's like people think like, oh, I missed my season, or I missed the opportunity, or I messed it up. No, God can turn around anything. And in every season he has a plan.
And if you did mess it up, like there's a chance you did mess it up.
True. I messed up singing for myself for like a long time of just being afraid.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that God, for lack of a better word, has a contingency plan.
He always has
always another path to get to where
there's always that divine detour. I call it divine detours.
Divine detour. And I tell people this all the time, because I've lived it. I felt called to the ministry since I was like 18 or something. Life happened. I went to prison. I messed up. I got strung out on drugs, all this kind of stuff. When I finally got my life right, I picked up exactly where I left off. I didn't have to start over. God picked me back up right where I left off with him, and we moved forward from there.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing.
That's incredible. I got to hear your full story someday. Do you have it somewhere?
I do not.
I was going to say shame on you, but then I was like, that's me.
You're supposed to be inspirational.
I know.
You're supposed to be inspirational, dadgummit.
I know. His hand. No, but I love encouraging people. That's like, I just love making people's day brighter, because I just know I've been being so discouraged. I have a time period in my life that was just so was the darkest place I've ever been, and the deepest a time in my life where I just wanted to go meet Jesus. Like, I just didn't want to be here anymore because the situation I was under was so awful. And, you know, when you go through things like that and discouragement, it's like you change that hand. Yes, Kimberly, the hand. It changes. You know, you can do one of two things with it. Like, you can do, thanks, honey.
Yeah, I know. It's obvious, man. Like I told you, when you start talking about it, it just, boom, it engulfs you. That anointing is all over you whenever you start talking about it.
Oh, Chris, see, you just know. You got that fire in you too. Just that Jesus stuff in you.
Exactly
The
what
hand
it
has
is, man. The
spoken.
hand has spoken.
You see
Yeah.
that? It does. It speaks. It has the authority over all of us.
Yeah.
It stops the talking. It stops everyone in their tracks. The hand. But yeah, I don't know what I was saying, but it's okay.
It is
So, when you've been so discouraged, it's like,
yes.
you can go one or two ways, Chris, and you know this. I know you know this. You can get hard-hearted. You can just be pessimistic, and I've had those times in those seasons myself. And then it's like, or you can flip it around and use it to completely inspire and encourage other people, and that's me. You know, It's like, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be in deep, dark times, and so I'm going to encourage you.
Yeah, it's what you have to do. You know, I'd gotten real bitter before I went to prison, and stuff happened. I got church hurt, or I thought I did. Really, it was my fault, but at the time, it was not my fault. It was the pastor's fault.
Yeah.
And said, I didn't turn my back on God, really, but I said, I will never go back to church again. And I lived in that state of mind for a long time. And, you know, I got to, you know, it had to do with being judgmental and stuff like that. And once God brought me out of the place where I wasn't being judgmental, then I was being judgmental towards the judgmental people.
I was one of those people that you didn't have life.
Man. You cannot, like, that is, just because your eyes have been open to that does not give you the right to be judgmental to the judgmental people. It's the same. Anyway, God brought total restoration to that situation, though. Like, the pastor and I reconciled. He's now one of, you know, a really good friend of mine.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
But that state of mind I was in, with that discouragement and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't turn my back on God, it led me to a place where, when the time came for me to start using drugs, it was real easy for me to start using drugs, or when it first presented itself, not when the time came. I don't think there's ever a time to come to do that.
Hand.
Yeah, hand. God truly does not allow you to pursue his calling. You can hide for a long time, but he'll bring you full circle. Yep, exactly.
Bring you full circle.
Yeah, he does bring a full circle. One of the cool things, and I'm going to bring this up, this is a little bit off topic, but she talked about adoption. Such a cool thing about what coming into to God's family is, it talks about the spirit of adoption. You've been adopted into his family. If you've been adopted, like if you adopt someone, you cannot disown that person legally. You can't disown that kid. You can't write him out of the will. You can't do any of that. And to me, that's just such a cool example of the way it is whenever we're adopted into God's family, is he's not going to disown us or write us off or write us out of the will or what he has for us.
You speak truth. Yes. If we needed to know one thing on this live, that was it, right? Yeah. Right? No.
So, do we have any plans for speaking? Is there anything booked? Are we still working out the?
Yeah, so I haven't booked anything because I haven't put it out there yet. Okay. Because I'm not ready yet. So my plan is to get everything all the ducks in the row this summer, and then I want to launch in the fall. Like I want to launch with my website. Chris, you're bringing the church, baby. That's right, Kimberly. Yeah, launch in the fall. So have like website ready, promo video, talks ready, everything. I've already done talks like at church. I've done stuff. It's just that I need to really craft what I really, my messaging and everything, to the degree that, you know, I want it to be. So yeah, that's the plan, is to get everything ready. And then I will start allowing, you know, kind of saying like promoting that you can book me now.
Do you have anybody that's going to do your website?
Okay, so no, but well, I bought a
domain?
Yeah, and stuff like last year, but I haven't done anything about it. Why? Do you have some suggestions?
I do. I know 2 people that do website stuff. They helped, I think both of them helped Nathan get his going. One is Trevor Hansen. I don't know if you know Trevor.
Sounds familiar.
He does funny stuff on here. He's great.
Oh, maybe I do know. Okay.
And the other one is Aaron Westrich.
Okay.
Yeah, Trevor and Aaron. That's exactly. Yeah, Trevor and Aaron. They help Nathan.
My husband knows how to do a lot of that too, so he's going to maybe try to help me. But at some point, you know, we'll just see, because maybe it might be easier to just get some outside help if we don't have time.
And I don't know their price scale and all that, or what all it entails. Nathan would know. I don't know how much like maintenance stuff Aaron does.
Right.
I know Trevor will build your website and maintain it, and also help keep like the search engine optimization stuff in it up to date and all that for like so much a month or whatever.
Oh,
and his rates I know are not expensive at all. He's told me before, but I don't remember what it is. And Aaron might do the same thing. Aaron might do the same thing. I'm not 100% for sure, but they're both really good at what they do.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
And they know how to tie in, like, you know, if they wanted to book you through the website and put down a deposit, and, you know, if you had, like, Nathan's got stuff up on his website, like courses available that you can purchase on the website for like download or whatever. Yeah. Between Trevor and Aaron, they set all that up for him. So if you don't know Trevor and you don't know Aaron, you can get with me afterwards or Nathan afterwards, and I'll shoot you their profile where you can look them up and connect with them or whatever.
Perfect. See, this is the power of LinkedIn networking.
Oh, he did all the work himself. Well, look at that.
Oh, you did. Yeah. So I was going to do most of the work just because I do know something. I have ran some websites for businesses, but like I've never built the full one myself. But my husband kind of he knows some stuff too. So we'll just see. But I do want those references of those people in case like me or my husband is just like, we don't want to do this.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. And Trevor, well, they both have other full-time jobs, but they do the marketing and the website stuff on the side. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, was there anything else that you wanted to let the people know? Did you want to speak anything else?
Yeah, thank you. Do I want to speak anything else? Just, keep watching the journey, keep being encouraged by, my whole thing is, as I, continue to grow brave, and face fear, it's like my goal is to liberate others to do the same,
Mm-hmm.
And so just keep, follow me, watch what I'm doing, because my goal is to help other people do the same, is whatever it is for their life,
Right.
So that's my goal. And I'll have stuff popping up that, to get rocking and rolling in this fall. So
awesome. Cool. Well, Jenna, I have thoroughly enjoyed this.
Good.
I appreciate you so much for coming on, taking time out of your schedule with all the craziness going on in your life. And Nick, thank you for rooting her on in the comments. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Nathan is going live in an hour, right, Nathan?
Ooh,
yeah. To be with Christine Whitehead, I believe, or Christine White. I think it's Christine Whitehead. She's like an operations manager type person. And it'll be live on Nathan's page an hour from now at 7 Central.
Cool. Is it just chit chat like this?
Yep, it'll be just like this, except you'll be watching in the audience. Shoot me a DM right now, Nick, so I don't forget. Shoot me a DM right now on LinkedIn.
Okay, this could be a hilarious live because Nick is like really fun, can be really funny. So this could be really funny.
Shoot me a DM, and I will, as soon as we get done here, I will get with you and put it on the schedule.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal to be on Chris's live.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. So next week, next week at 5 o'clock, there will not be a So I Did a Thing live. I will be on Wenzing with, he said, what's a DM? I'll send you a DM. So hang on, let me do this right now.
He's joking. He's literally joking.
Is he really?
Yes.
You sure?
I am sure.
Okay.
Actually, no, he's just joking.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
I'll send you a DM. Well, if I don't get one from him in a minute, I'll give you one. You got me sidetracked. Next week, I will not be here. It will still be at 5 o'clock, but it will be on Nathan's page. We'll be with TJ Masson for ending the Stigma series, and then we'll pick back up with So I Did a Thing. The week after that, I will have April Hernandez Castillo. She is an actor and an author and an intimate partner abuse survivor. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen the movie Freedom Riders. She played Ava. Excellent movie. Her book was phenomenal. It was a memoir. I read it. I ordered it and read it. It was awesome. So she'll be with me in 2 weeks.
That's awesome. I saw you post something about her, and I thought, oh, that looks like a really neat.
Oh, like I'm looking forward to it. Like I thought it was. Her book was amazing, and just she's a Christian, and she dropped some really cool stuff in there. But what I thought was amazing was, she could have written a book about fame or written a book about acting or whatever, but she chose to use her voice for something more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. And that's just the beauty of LinkedIn. Like, how the hell else would I have ever met anybody that was an actor and an author?
I know.
Except on LinkedIn, and they come on my little old live show. You know what I mean? This old country boy from Texas. We're from Texas, y'all. Hey, Jackie. Jackie Curley's pretty cool too. I was going somewhere. Oh,
yeah.
Y'all, I could use some more subscribers on YouTube. I've got 27. If I get to 100, I can have a custom URL. So it'll be YouTube.com/.
I did not subscribe.
You need to go subscribe.
Just hit me with the hand. I need a slap. Yes. So I need to subscribe. I don't get on YouTube. I haven't.
You don't have to. Just go subscribe.
Okay.
Help a brother out.
I haven't subscribed to anything on YouTube ever. So I probably should do that.
Just help a brother out, and do Nathan too. Nathan's on YouTube. He could use some subscribers.
I will help some brothers out.
Yeah, help some brothers out.
I probably need to create an account. That's how bad it is. Listen, I'm technically millennial, but I feel like.
Oh, Nathan only has 10 subscribers. Y'all go subscribe to Nathan's channel, man. All his stuff is on there too. You all know he puts out some awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to find I'm like, okay, do I even have the YouTube app? Probably not.
Plus, all of the Ending the Stigma series are going to be on both channels too.
Yeah.
So he's going to have all that stuff on his too. So.
Yeah, we need that. We need this series. I think that series is going to be awesome. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, don't exit out of here whenever we end the broadcast, because I want to talk to you for just a minute. And then that's it, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all go hang out with Nathan in an hour. See what he and Christine are going to talk about. And we will see y'all next week on Nathan's page at 5 p.m. Central for Another, it sounds like a 60s commercial, another episode of Ending the Stigma. Ooh.
Sorry, you had the hand.
I know. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.